Morning, everyone. Got some more maps to show you, as is tradition. It's gotta have some kind of a tradition. Morning, Don. We're kicking off this morning with Dodd Husky. Not sure what's husky about it. That is not a dog. Morning, Abby. How is everyone this fine morning? Oh, the whole gang's here. I hope all the stream framiness is fixed now. I have a suspicion that someone was chewing up the internet last time I did this. In that brief moment while it was going bad. That's my theory anyway. Who can say for sure? I'll have a pretty good idea because it seems to be Source games that set it off. Well, you've got weird mornings, Abby. Given that your mornings seem to end right around midnight. That's not my fault. That's what you get for being all the way up there. I've never known or cared what any of these people are. As someone who has never played Day of Defeat outside of this stream. Not this specific stream, of course. You know what I mean.
Defend the area, men! Our positions are under attack!
Seems like maybe not the most efficient way to use a knife. But what do I know? Like there should have been some reason to go up there. This sure looks like a source map. There's a lot of settings like this, to be fair. In media in general. I can't capture it because I don't have any friends. You can't have a war by yourself. That's what this shows us. Well, that sort of worked. This furniture is Nazi. I would know. I'm a professional machine gunner. I don't like that clipping. Standing on top of a light pole seems like the ideal place to be in a war zone. I know this clipping isn't unreasonable, but I don't like it. Am I doubling back? All these streets look the same. I'm pretty sure I've passed by that Jeep before. Oh, you can look at a map. That's nice. Jesus Christ. Oh, I see. It's not quite as crazy then. Have we seen enough? We've probably seen enough. Not a whole lot to see. That is one shot of recoil.
Point secure.
They're not kidding. I think I did a thing. I don't know how to defeat Wex. I'm not about to start finding out now. I'll still try and find whatever jumpy things I can find, Strider. That's my job, basically. CSDE Elementary. No doubt continuing the long-held tradition of trying to make one's school in Counter-Strike. What's better, fighting in a sci-fi setting with World War II weapons, or fighting in a World War II setting with sci-fi weapons? Yeah, I suppose Zebby's right. I do appreciate Irby's misspelling of Wolfenstein. I don't know what it means, but it's funny to hear. Just have chain link on your goals. And a ladder to here. Trying to understand the logistics of this room, and I'm not sure I'm coming up with anything. Some nice classic Half-Life rock textures. That's bigger than I was expecting, I think. Or maybe it's just well laid out and it seems that way. Do you want to justify this in some way? Are these supposed to be doors? Were these just the most appropriate texture? In which case, what the hell is the real thing doing? That giant cavity. All these doors are awfully high. But I guess I'm supposed to be a child attending this school? In theory? Wait. Ben's bathroom is just devoid of stalls. This school sucks. feel like that was a very particular kind of desk that I've never actually encountered in my own experience. Sure, why not? Oh, don't do that. I feel like school maps always have a particular brand of not being very good or making much sense. In a way that is very logical. I made this replica of my school. I'm a child. I'm not good at mapping. I wouldn't put all these explosive crates in a school myself. Long crouch only events really don't work in Counter-Strike. Does your school have rock tunnels? If so, where the hell did you go? Is that a place? I wonder if we can just... I wonder if that's just an actual place and we can narrow down exactly where we're looking. Then I haven't seen much in the way of custom textures. I'm pretty sure I'm hitting the roof here. It's just there. No wonder you're so obsessed with it in Stardew. Okay, not getting out that way. Why is this outlined? What's supposed to go there? Yeah, I suppose they do. Let's see where the CT spawn. Okay. I have no idea what that says. And I have a feeling it's in a language that I wouldn't recognize if I could. Decipher it visually. Well, at least they've taken some they must have taken some creative liberties with their school. No place like this exists. I worry about how this was made. I've seen enough. Aim Storm 2 is next. Where are we? I really should just get in the habit of opening everything in condition 0 or so I can have bots. Have we done an Aim Storm? And this is Aim Storm 2? I have vague recollections of playing a map called Aim Storm.
Alright, let's move out.
Actually, this is familiar in a couple of ways. Pretty sure I remember trucks and just a little kill-boxy area. I think this is the whole map we're looking at here. Maybe where the counters spawn. It is a name map, so can't expect too much. I wasn't expecting that to work. I don't like you walk up into the wedge here and it completely stops your motion just because either there's a clip right above me. It's not very pleasant. Because it doesn't make any sense. It looks okay. It's a decent looking one of those, you gotta admit that much. Fight Yard Warzone, let's answer that question, shall we? Assuming I can find it. Maybe I should just leave Counter-Strike weapon. There's less Fight Yard maps in that list than I was expecting. Yeah, is this the difference? You've just got a bunch of weapons available rather than one? Because that's a bad difference. I wonder if that server's still up. More to the point, I wonder how long that server was up for after this map got released. Yeah, it's not Ice World because it's dust. Right, this was... I believe Supersonic fixed this one relatively recently. This says it's for the cubicles thing, but this isn't a map in cubicles, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure if this one was made first and Supersonic made another one to replace it. I'm not sure exactly what the hierarchy is. Question is, where the heck is it? This one. twhl.employees.wad. Interesting. I don't need RMS. TWHL office. I think we've got a rough idea what this is going to be just from the screenshot. Cubicles was, of course. simplicity there that amuses me. DE Lost. No doubt based on the hit TV show. DE. I don't have enough knowledge of TV shows to make that joke work any better than I just did. I always like to check that they're actually called what they're called. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, in essence, the tower is pretty much the same concept. It's tied together better and turned into an actual mod rather than a thing where you have to button through the maps. Tower is probably a better implementation than Cubicles was. Not that the Cubicles didn't come up with some interesting entries. Especially, you know, some ones. Mine wasn't that good. It was just the only thing I released for a long time. Yeah, but you mean like a 190 by 1024. A very thin, long, high map. Interesting. Also, everyone has to make their map as though it's a room, as though the tower is falling on its side, so you're jumping onto the walls and such. This is a Counter-Strike map. I feel like I see this style of wall fixture a lot in Counter-Strike maps. Why is that? You don't see this much in Half-Life. Why is this form so common? Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just confirmation biasing it. But I feel like that very particular kind of light shows up a lot in Counter-Strike. This is just... This map doesn't look bad, but it's just fairly bland and got a lot of boxes in it as the sole details. Arena Artifact version 2. Don't get a whole lot of TF2 maps, and hopefully it works better than last time. It was pretty bad. Where am I looking? Arena Artifact version 2. That one. That's a problem with all these ones that I got from other places. All the folders aren't named neatly, just in the numbers that I can look there and know exactly where to find them. Is Spirit really giving people that much trouble? Interesting. It just occurred to me that this is an arena map, and I haven't seen an arena map for TF2 in a long time. I mean, it was not exactly something that people played a lot of at the best of times, but since they did the matchmaking stuff for TF2, there's no hopper for arena. I don't know how you would I imagine the only way you can play Arena now is by finding community servers running Arena maps. And what little I played of Arena maps, I didn't mind the mode. Basically Counter-Strike. It just seems weird that they'd basically, for all intents and purposes, abandon an entire game mode. We will see if TF2 murders the stream. Hopefully not. Hopefully all the tweaks I've made will keep it down. But also it would be very strange that, I mean, let's face it was strange either way, but strange that all of a sudden certain games just start killing the stream's quality. That shouldn't happen. What are we doing? Map Arena Artifact version 2, right at the top. That's nice. TFG maps take too long to load. It's probably a good thing that we see so few of them. If you start seeing frames drop, let me know. Because Lord knows you probably will. Know about it, I mean. TF2 has bots. Can I add a bot? What's the bot command supposed to do? How do you add bots? It's so simple in... Does anyone happen to know the command for adding bots to a game? It was so simple in Counter-Strike. Maybe I took that for granted. Maybe I'll just go spectate. How do I... There we are. Is it gonna let me? EF bot add. Maybe if I rejoin that team I just kicked myself out of. I'm not sure how to make bots useless, so I'll just try not to die.
Fight to the death.
We'll be trying to look at the map while they're trying to win the map. That's it looks pretty Egypty, doesn't it? There's almost some Serious Sam vibes off of this. Maybe it's just those dunes. But this is very much in the Egypt style. I wonder if the bots have functional navigation. Maybe they're just stuck at the start. Yep.
4, 3, 2, 1, victory.
One. That was well worth the time it took to load. No, it definitely seems on. Oh god damn it, there's another one. No matter, this won't take too long. Should really look at some of the names coming up. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I simply need a pawn that lets me actually play the map. That was a cryptic message. Map arena. It was arena, wasn't it? Did I copy it to the right place? That's not a BSP. What's a BZ2? It's a zip file, isn't it? I always get this wrong. GUI? Right, that's the right one. Right, that should do it. Much better. Thank you, Peps. I had a suspicion, but it's nice to have a confirmation. So what's everyone up to? While I wait for this map? What are you doing instead? I'll accept that. And I thought I stayed up too late just doing the Stardew, which is what you were also doing. So presumably you stopped that, kept going. Well, I suppose you're on the other side of the country and thus you've got a fair bit more time, but still. How far behind are you? Is it 2 hours between here and there? TF bot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So it would currently be... Oh, would it be 6:38 over there at the moment, roughly? Judging by my own time, of course. I should probably be looking at this map slightly. That's early. Spot isn't really cutting it. Anyway. this seems like a perfectly competent map. So did the other one, but this one's got a bit more detail going on, I would say.
2, 1. Control point enabled.
Decent bit of background going on over there. I mean, let's face it, you can't get anywhere near out there, so that's... I think there's a nice bit of background detail going on. This looks pretty good. Is it fun to play? Which is what you actually care about when you're playing a map like a game like this? God only knows. I won again. Very strange. Very strange. Dissolution by Scowls. In fact, the zip file is in fact called Dissolution by Scowls. This is for Half-Life. Let's take a quick peek at the README, because I'm not sure what Dissolution is. Large Half-Life single-player map with up to 20 minutes of gameplay. As soon as I start, someone started a timer. It contains the Nightwatch textures, which have quite a massive WOD. Puzzle shouldn't be too hard, just remember, you see an electrical socket, there must be a pushable battery nearby. Or door doesn't open, you should probably try going the other way. Backtracking. Brake crates. Hidden clips. Love that movie. I think it was just called Dissolution, right? Yes, there's a joke there, I'm sure. Wasn't just called Dissolution, I really should have checked that. Half-Life Dissolution. Timer starts. Now.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV protective system for use in hazardous environment conditions. High impact
Probably shouldn't be in here.
protective armor activated. Atmospheric contaminant sensors
This doesn't...
activated.
Clearly this is supposed to be the battery, but this doesn't really look like a battery.
Automatic medical systems engaged.
Or maybe it isn't a battery. Oh no, it is the battery.
System
It's just a cube.
munition level monitoring activated. Communication
Could have had a giant pushable AA. That would have been amazing.
safe day.
Another battery slot. This is a very concentrated flow of water. Like, clearly it's flowing down, but there's no divot or anything. It's just traveling on the water highway. Wish you wouldn't. Oh, okay. What do I do if I push a battery off? Okay, don't jump in the water. I wonder if I've broken the map by doing that. These head crabs are spawning. I think the map is fucked because the push mechanics are so broken in Half-Life. Minor flaw in the level design. Do I have an autosave? I'm guessing not. Take it back. However, I'm pretty sure this is already after I threw the thing down. So that's not helpful. Let me on the box. Oh no, come back. Stop. So delightfully broken. Doesn't seem like an efficient use of a battery. What? Why is this clipped? If I find solutions to your own puzzles, don't stop me. You think it's just on, or do I need to bring the... Probably should have tried the door, shouldn't I? Let's just make sure I'm not missing something with this. I can see this having up to 20 minutes of gameplay now, all of a sudden. You'll be back. Everything I'm seeing is pointing to put that battery box into the other slot. But that didn't seem like it was gonna work. Look, it's clearly clipped off. I can't push it that way. Which is real mean. Imagine setting up a puzzle solution and then just not doing something like this. No clip if I have to. Or at the prospect of shooting something to progress, but I don't know.
Mission depleted.
Not gonna be handy now. Where'd I get the pistol from last time? It was in one of those boxes. I should probably get that before I proceed. Oh, that's not... It's not gonna work, is it? That head grab's not gonna jib like all the rest? Okay. I think maybe I'm progressing too fast. Yes, I'm definitely progressing too fast. Where am I supposed to have gone? Oh, did I just not use the right battery, huh? What's wrong with that one? Why would it be blocked off like that? Just let me use the box. Let's assume that's how you proceed. Put this in the vent anyway. Now, if you needed a specific kind of box, like if they were color-coded, I would accept that. Because then there's a reason why I can't move this box from here to here. Or, I mean, not a very good reason, but a reason nonetheless. Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. So my progress was short-lived. I wouldn't have put all the radioactive stuff in the vent area if I were them. I've already forgotten what the readme said. I was expecting that cutscene to elucidate something. Is that a ghost Barney?
Man, that sounds bad.
Maybe I'm supposed to do something with the vent. Maybe the vent's bad. I think I'm having flashbacks. I think that's what's supposed to be happening. I'm not sure what the flashback's for. How did that head crab do this? God, I love cyclists. I love people using cyclists when they probably shouldn't have. Okay. I was gonna say, it didn't point out that I picked up a keycard at all. Those things are not obvious. Do I need level 3 clearance for something specific? Did I change from my crowbar? Must have nudged my mouse wheel. That's the word I'm looking for. Why am I deactivating coolant fans? We put these lights beneath glass? Why do we need so many pipes up there? I'm trying to think back to where a coolant fan might have been a problem. Maybe I just haven't been there yet.
Power 15%.
If you say so, game text. I wish you buggers would stop spawning. You buggers did not stop spawning. I know bull squids show up too infrequently in Half-Life because I'm not 100% sure how many block shots it takes to kill one. Five, apparently. Did that say that should have done it? 'Cause that's not. That's not. Spawning lots of bull squids and hound eyes and head crabs, but no forts, which is. Everyone loves spawning forts. I mean, then, what was the pipey area? You better not fade out. Whatever. I don't know why I died, but I'd already hit the end of the level, so. Whatever. Volcano bunker. I'll bet. Volcano bunker would be on a particularly extreme golf course. Oh, why is that texture so pixely? That is horrendous to look at. How would it even... I'm not gonna worry about that too much. It sure seems like it, because to get to look like that, wouldn't it have to have been... Wouldn't it have to be... like... each pixel on that texture is actually multiple pixels? It just looks ugly. And there's not that many textures you can really say that about. They can not look great, but that's like actively unpleasant to look at. That looks like someone slapped bits of Quake into my Half-Life, and I'm sure some people would appreciate that, but I don't. Guess that's the volcano part of this volcano bunker. Now, if the whole map looked like that, that would be... I don't know if that would be better, but it would probably be more consistent. God, I just can't take my eyes off the roof. It's tainted my entire... Not sure what I expected, really. Blue? There's no blue doors. Crazy, that's crazy. I just wanted to break the box. I didn't know it was going to explode in my face. This is where I started. Those pipes are not as bad. I was worried for a second they were going to be. Volcano. That's a Pokemon, isn't it? Root Kelder Volcano Bunker? I think I've seen the map. That roof texture has made me angry. Trust me. DE Wombo, apparently. Checked it was for regular CS. Lord knows we made that mistake before. Not so much these days because people are labeling them properly. The map in there called D whatever. It's showing a real care to naming your maps. Right, I'm picking up notes of dust. Some trees that don't quite show up when they're supposed to. Some crates. This isn't source. See, there's those lights again. Notes of dust, dust 2, and some mysterious tree models. And, of course, crates. Suppose there were some crates in Dust 2 right there. Wouldn't know about Dust 1, I'm not familiar. We've seen enough. HE Granade. Misspelled grenade right in the title. Unless there's some deeper meaning to it, but all signs point to it being in reference to the grenades, not the grenades. The Granadas. Granada. This is a good... Look at this camera shot. It's really showing off the map in all its glory. This map is not protected with any copyright law, so you safely can use this map for your server. That's reassuring. Oh, this isn't the same one. This isn't, I don't know, surely this isn't the same map we were looking at. The problem with looking up for these maps off of TWHL is you're not always guaranteed to find the right ones. Because sometimes pretty much all you have to go off of is a name. So this might not be the right HE Granade, but I would have thought there would only be one. But this doesn't seem like... This doesn't seem like the one we want. Make sure there's not some second layer to it or something. No, this isn't the same map. Like the description, only Granade. Fight Yard 3-way 2. 3-way, 2-way, 1-way. I'm going to guess that it's called 3-way because there's 3 ways to go. Call it a radical concept. Just spawn me where my feet are wet. Now I, a terrorist, have to run around with wet socks. That'd be awful. Hope this is the right map. Yeah, this was. I'm pretty sure I checked this one specifically because I wasn't sure. So you can go through the weird bathroom tile room, you can go through the snowy cave room, or you can go through the Aussie castle area. Why isn't this connected? Is that on all of them, or did I just happen to immediately find the broken one? That's the only one. Okay. Why weren't you copying and pasting them? How did you break one? I think this might be a bomb zone. It's also a bomb zone, and also this... They should really stop putting explosive barrels and boxes around where terrorists are going to be. Fight-yard 3-way, which somehow is later in the vault than 3-way 2. I don't know how that happens. Yep, that's not what I wanted. Fire off Firefox. Looks like this follows pretty much the same formula. We can go the snowy roadway. With the HE grenade. We can go the Aztec way. Or the dust way. Okay, I like this one so much less just because it's less imaginative. Even though it looks like it's probably better designed. Why is the sand doing that? Interesting use of those sprites though. There's no escape. Can't get out. Stuck in this map. Last Christmas. Which is another Left 4 Dead 2 one. Apocalyptic BPK. That, I don't know if that's a good thing to name it. That's, surely there are other ones called that in a game like Left 4 Dead 2. Is it in the description? Not immediately. Shame. You know what Left 4 Dead 2 means? one day I'll get around to either taking away or changing all the workshop shit that I have in Left 4 Dead 2, but in the meantime, why not? I remember how to do it. Pretty sure that would be survival. Gets through all the shit it's trying to do at once. Can you make an offline game again? Isn't there supposed to be an offline option here? Single player. So it is. Is that not even an option with survival? No matter. Damn right funny models. That's about the most tenuous connection you can make to Christmas and Left 4 Dead, apparently. Die Hard quote.
Proceed.
Just start with everything in survival. I think I'll do what I normally do and start it and look around while the bad shit is happening.
Oh shit, this ain't gonna be good.
Fireworks. Some fireworks. Not very much fireworks.
Reloading. Reloading.
Game's getting a little bit framey more than anything else.
Reloading.
Gengar almost got us. Left 4 Dead's a good game, even when it's not being weird. I haven't even seen that tank. There's tank music happening.
Gotta reload.
Reloading! Hey!
I don't know, that seems like there's a fair bit of detail in this one.
Cover me!
Coming.
true to a survival map, there's really nowhere to hide. The way the lighting goes on these models is very amusing to me.
Get up! Get up! Get up!
Look around while I've got a chance. These actual places, I wouldn't have the slightest clue. America's a weird place. Anything could happen. I don't think I'm gonna spend much more time here. We've seen pretty much everything we need to see, right? I think the tank's kind of stuck up there. I'll accept my fate. It's not going well. Okay, that's enough. We can end on this scene. Don't know if that's coming through, but I hope. May have to mute my microphone for just a second. There we go. Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. We really don't see many of those. The last one we saw was that Sandstorm one. I guess it's not that surprising how many people played Half-Life 2 Deathmatch that much. TWHL Tower 3 will be made in Half-Life source. I know I must have played it because it's in this list, but I am deeply curious what the map LOL is called. It is, rather. Excuse me a moment. I just have to refresh my memory. Alright, that map. Okay. I remember now. Now I've completely forgotten the name of the map I was actually here to play. Rebels? DM Rebels 2. That was it, wasn't it? Fortunately, I feel like that's what a lot of the Half-Life 2 deathmatch maps you do see basically boil down to. Big old prop warehouse. Either interactive or non-interactive. Let's face it, most of the detail in this room is just props. and it is otherwise mostly quite square. I've already seen enough. A map called Sebastian. Why? I have no idea. I really wasn't expecting to find this map when I was looking at this name. That's exactly the kind of name that you would expect to just be completely lost to time. It's a whole mod? What do you need for a mod again in Source? Because this seems like it's got enough. See if this elucidates anything. Nope, it totally does not. I guess I'll proceed under the assumption that this is a source mod. A unique file and encounter that uses the gravity gun in a new way. A way that presumably doesn't involve either pushing things or pulling things or grabbing things. These names are not familiar to me, Don. Unless this is familiar to you, I can't help you. Who is it? What did they do? They have one vault item, one comment, which I'm going to go ahead and guess is probably on that vault item, 9 logins, really not much for paper trail. I wonder how long this one's going to be because we're quickly running out of time. Still not used to this slightly shorter stream time. Oh god, my resolution. It's broken in every way. Cool. Is that just gonna crash? Cool, broke my resolution and it crashed. That might as well be a good excuse as any to leave it there so I can see if I can get this working in my own time, I guess. Because I wasn't sure I'd fit it in anyway, and with the time it would take to fix it, I don't think we're gonna have time. But we'll put a pin in it, and it will be first up next time. I was about to say tomorrow. I'm not doing another Map Vault stream tomorrow. Map 2. That'll do. Anyway, I'm going to bugger off, grab a bite to eat, and then I will be back on the next time that I do these things. You know what it is. You don't need me to tell you that. No, wait. Hang on. I'm an idiot. I will be back in half an hour. Play Dark Souls. You should hang out. Why not? You've got anything better to do? I don't.